So my first question is, how did you get to the point of leadership that you're at now, like owning two businesses, what's
It probably goes back to college. When I started college as a freshman, I was pretty introverted, which is hard to believe for most people. And I had somebody tell me that you got to kind of start over and do your own thing, and that's started there. Did that in college, graduated from Tarleton, really outgoing, kind of the more extroverted personality that I am now. Took my first big boy professional job and looked at that as a starting over point as well. And so kind of developed my professional side there. And then by 26 years old, had a big staff and really kind of was thrown into the lion's den of figure it out or fail. And that wasn't an option for me. Overwhelmed myself, started to burn out just because of how much responsibility I had. I was traveling, I was doing. So I came to Waxahachie to get away and take a little 2-week vacation that ended up now 2 years later and 2 businesses later, pretty well stationed here, involved with leadership aspects as far as city politics and some city organizations and boards and just, I guess, slowly but surely raising my hand every time somebody would say, "Is there somebody who wants to do this?" And it's kind of worked out that way.
Oh. Okay, so what are some of the challenges you faced getting to this point?
Biggest challenge has almost always been my age. I tend to play, I guess, outside of my age zone. So at 2 years ago, when I was 25, decided that opening an antique store in Waxahachie, Texas was a great idea with my stepmom. And so when you go to the local merchant meeting, I'm not exactly in the middle of the age range, which has been great. It kind of made it a novelty, which is, I think, part of why the success was there. So my age, for sure.
Cool. What has been the best reward about doing all this?
Oh man, I would say as far as owning my own businesses and even my involvement in the city, well, I guess those are two different prongs there. Owning my own businesses, if it fails, it's my fault, and if it succeeds, it's my fault. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. But ultimately, I report to myself, and it's my responsibility to make sure it gets done. So that would probably be, as far as my business is concerned. With the city of Waxahachie, it has been incredible taking a group, an association with the downtown group that's been not dying, but just kind of very stagnant for so long, and now thriving and 60-plus members. And we get into heated arguments at meetings, and it's not just a placid nobody cares. So that's been kind of a revitalization for the city, but also the city organization.
And so what is, where do you see yourself, 5 years down the road, or even longer, just, what's the big, crazy dream for your business and also for the Waxahachie board side of it?
Yeah, 5 years down the road, I would like to see Fresh established in an establishment that I own. Right now, I'm renting a facility from the city. Don't think they're ever going to sell it to me, so I'm going to have to move one time, but hopefully it's only once. Ultimately, would love to have a Fresh 2 down in the Austin area, because that's kind of always been my dream. For the city of Waxahachie, I think we're well on our way within 5 years of being a true destination downtown. We're recognized as a Main Street city, we're recognized as a downtown destination, but really somewhere where a group of friends hanging out in Dallas are like, what are we going to do tonight? Oh, let's go down to Waxahachie. So I think that's, when we can hit that, we'll be, where we've worked real hard to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Of course.